The Valentine's Curse. I never believed in ghosts. Not until that fateful Valentine's Day when my friends and I decided to explore the abandoned Valentine Manor. The mansion stood on the outskirts of town, a decrepit relic of a bygone era. Its once grand facade was now covered in vines, and the windows stared out like empty eye sockets. Legends surrounded the place, tales of tragic love and untimely death that had cursed the mansion for generations. But being young and foolish, we laughed off the warnings and ventured inside, armed with nothing but our smartphones and a sense of adventure. The air inside was stale and musty, thick with the weight of years gone by. As we wandered through the dilapidated halls, shadows danced in the corners of my vision, and I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. But I brushed it off, attributing it to my overactive imagination. That is, until we reached the grand ballroom. The room was vast, with a high ceiling adorned with chandeliers that once sparkled but now lay broken and tarnished on the floor. Moonlight streamed in through the cracked windows, casting eerie shadows on the walls. And there, in the center of the room, stood a figure. At first, I thought it was just a trick of the light, a play of shadows and moonbeams. But as my eyes adjusted, I saw her clearly. A woman in a flowing gown, her face pale and ethereal. I froze, unable to move, as she beckoned to us with a ghostly hand. My friends whispered nervously, but I couldn't tear my eyes away from her haunting gaze. Then, with a suddenness that made my heart stop, the room erupted in a blinding flash of light, and I felt myself being pulled back in time. I watched in horror as the scene unfolded before me. A man, tall and imposing, standing over a woman with a silver dagger in his hand. Her screams echoed in the room as he plunged the dagger into her heart, her blood staining the pristine marble floor. I wanted to scream, to run, to do anything to escape the nightmare unfolding before me. But I was frozen in place, trapped in a moment of time that had long since passed. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the vision faded, and I found myself back in the present, my friends staring at me with wide eyes. We fled from the mansion that night, our laughter replaced by a chilling silence as we realized the truth of the legends surrounding Valentine Manor. Some curses are meant to be broken, but others are destined to haunt us forever.